The Dominican Republic resort where tourists have been dying has a long history of vacationers' contract. In late May, of Maryland were found dead inside their room at the Bahia Principe Hotel at the resort Playa Nueva Romana, 5 days after of Pennsylvania collapsed and died at the luxury Bahia Principe Bougainville in San Pedro de Macorís. Since then, others have come forward about falling ill at the resort chain, which has 14 hotels across the Dominican Republic, in addition to other properties in the Caribbean and Spain. New York resident that she became severely sick after drinking what she says was a bleach-filled soda in her minibar at the luxury Bahia Principe Bougainville in October. The incident left Coloradan Kaylin know that she and her boyfriend Tom Schwander got sick while staying at the Grand Bahia Principe La Romana in June 2018. A doctor in the a more detailed autopsy of the 3 victims released last week by Dominican government officials found that they all before their deaths, including internal hemorrhaging, pulmonary edema, and enlarged hearts. Official toxicology. This isn't the first time that people have fallen ill while staying at these hotels. These hotels have a long history of health problems. For instance, in 2007, that British tourists were hospitalized while staying at the Bahia Principe Hotel in Punta Cana. Law firm Irwin, the firm represented nearly 1,000 British travelers in a class action lawsuits against the UK travel company Thomas Cook and its subsidiary, My Travel. As well as according to Irwin Mitchell, the outbreak was so severe at Gatwick Airport before guests were allowed off it. In 2009, the group was awarded $5.5 million, $6.9 million USD. Insider has reached out to Irwin Mitchell for comment. In another example, Norwich Evening News, an England-based publication, that a local man became severely ill with salmonella and amoebic dysentery while on vacation at Grand Bahia Principe Hotel in Kayako. After discovering And in 2014, London resident Mark Bidwell won a £20,000 settlement from travel agency Thomas Cook after his 2009 trip to the Dominican Republic was ruined by illness. Bidwell and his wife,
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.